Lisa is with us in Spokane, Washington to start off this hour. Hey, Lisa, what's up?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call. So here's the deal. My husband and I were in the process of building a house. We actually had the foundation go in last fall with construction due to resume this spring. And then we found out last week that our construction budget went up 40%. So we've been on this financial plan to do this really intelligently, and now it's just gone off the rails. So we're going to put that on hold due to COVID. And I have this big chunk of money sitting in our savings account waiting to pay for this home that now it's not working for us, right? It's making, 1% in our savings account. So we'd love to get your advice. I have some thoughts on whether to just park it in a savings account. We have a rental property that we owe some money on. We had sold our primary home, and I'm renting a home right now. Just could use some direction.
Why'd you stop building last fall?
So we're building in a mountain environment up at a ski resort, and
oh, you have to weather.
Exactly. So we put in
but
the
you
foundation.
Didn't have your materials and all locked down by contract?
So we didn't. I feel a little bit let down by our contractor, honestly, but we did not. No. So we just found out literally last week. He told us. He gave us a revised.
That's the difference in you sweet
week.
people and me. I wouldn't be a little bit let down. I'd be pissed off, like 40% pissed off. That was his job to lock this up. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm working with a contractor right now, building a building or anticipating a building we're breaking ground on in 2 weeks, and I've been wearing them out about locking in everything because because of the same stuff you're facing. These shortages on materials have gone through the roof, caused prices to go through the roof. We're going to see inflation come back, I'm afraid, because of it. So how long do you what is your guess on when you actually do build?
Wait, do you think that it will go back down? I mean, you don't know, right?
I don't know. Economists and weather forecasters are the only people that can be wrong and keep their jobs.
Okay.
And wait a minute, medical doctors predicting virus infection rates, but
there he did. He went and did it.
They can be wrong and keep their jobs too, but anyway, sheesh.
So what's your question for me?
I don't know. I do know. I am pretty sure you're going to see something come back down. There's a reason that steel and wood and lumber and now plywood right behind it are going through the roof, as I understand it from the people we're working with in the business, because I've got several construction projects underway myself. And plywood is actually glue. There's a glue shortage and that makes the plywood with. And so we're going to see plywood probably triple in the next 90 days is what I'm hearing. And it's already high. Lumber packages the factories were shut down and they were not producing inventory supply at the rate that it was going. It's not like there was this huge building spike and the factories were operating at normal. They weren't operating at all. And then on top of that, there was a good sized spike in building. So as the spike slows down and the factories get back to capacity, supply-demand curve is going to drop these prices down. Steel is not going to stay where it is. Not for 5 years. It might for 24 months, though. I don't know. I don't know on that. But so the answer to your question is, how long do you think you're parking the money? The longer you're going to park the money, the more you're going to want to put some of it into something like an index fund and take a little bit of risk with it to get a little bit more money.
So it could be 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so you're thinking
I would love it if it wasn't.
You emotionally are prepared for a 2-year storm. Okay, I don't know that you're wrong on that. So
I'm curious, Dave. How much do you owe on the rental property?
Okay, so we owe 103 on the property, and I have 180,000 sitting in the savings account.
Okay, when you get ready to build, would you be willing to sell the rental if you had paid it off and needed the money?
If I need to, we definitely would do that. Yeah, because
that's what I was wondering.
That's a really safe place to get a 3 or 4% rate of return on that $100,000. Pay that mortgage off.
Okay.
Ken's got a point. That's where he's going. I jumped the gun, but yeah, that's what you were thinking. How much money's in savings for this building project?
So I have 180 in savings, and we already have, we own the land outright, and we have no debt on the foundation is in and done. So we already have, 100,000 into it.
Parked over there in concrete right now, but that's neither here nor there. You're not going to tear that down. So,
no.
You could either do one of three things or some mix of them. Pay off the home, the rental, and then be willing to sell it when you gear back up, because you're going to need the cash back out of it. I'm not going to turn around and borrow back on it if you do that. That's kind of a point of no return on that. The second thing is you could park some in an index fund. Index funds are going to follow the market, whatever it does. You could lose 10% of what you put in there over a 2-year period of time. It'd be highly unusual. The number of times a 2-year period in the stock market's history is down 10% is like 2% of the time or something. It almost never happens, but it could.
Mm-hmm.
I park stuff for short term like that if I can afford to lose the spread, lose 5 or 10% on it in an index fund. And you might make 10% instead of 1% on that portion. And then some of it you park in just cash, and that's your safety bellwether.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably wouldn't do the rental and the index fund. I'd do one or the other and leave the other half in just cash.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got half of it real safe, half of it's either in that rental and into the index fund, that kind of thing. Hey, thanks for the call. Yeah, Ken, the next generation of elementary school kids are going to be taught Fuchi math. It's a whole new form of mathematics.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's where you just make crap up.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, can I just say this as a parent of 3 that went through Common Core? I think somebody made that up too.
Well, that's just because you can't understand it.
I don't know. Take a survey right now. I'm telling you, nobody knows what Common Core is. It's unbelievable. It's like you got to go out. It's like having a perfectly Nate Bargatze comedian to this.
Core.
It's
There's
like
no
saying the front door works, but we're not going to go through the front door because the way we do it now is we walk all the way around, jump over the fence, and come in the back door. That's Common Core.
But it's more fun
for you.
I don't even know how to do it.
That part of your brain works.
I don't even know how to do it. I've never tried.
This whole side of my head with math, Dave, it's
exploded.
Dark. No, there's nothing there.
Oh, there's just nothing there. It's empty.
Doctors have found no wavelength.
There's nothing in there.
No activity at all.
No brain activity. It's almost like you're a medical doctor. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't do math.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.